podcast by Penang Institute where we get into the minds of individuals who break stereotypes of society. I'm your host, Bamei Ting. Now, Penang often gives the impression of being an artsy place due to its built and natural heritage, as well as the popularity of the murals amongst tourists. However, the mention of an art auction in Penang, now, that would be a pleasant surprise for many people, given that such an event is hardly heard of here. So I feel that more conversations should take place when it comes to the appreciation of fine arts and further the monetization of it. Our guest on this episode is Dato Ch'ng Huck Theng, a man of many talents and hats. Among other things, he's an award-winning artist and sculptor, the president of Penang Art Society, chairman of the Association of Tourism Attractions Penang, and executive director of Giheang. He is also the founder of the Beyond Contemporary Art Penang, also known as BCAP, which is an international art summit and expo which will be taking place from the 9th to the 12th of November later this year. Dato Ch'ng, welcome to Spill the Tea.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Now, first off, tell us, what do you do in one sentence?
I am Ch'ng Huck Theng.
Okay, yes. Okay.
That's what I do because a lot of people start asking me, what do you do? How do you split your time? How do you manage and everything? Actually, it's all about your mindset. You know, why should you split when you are doing it yourself? So you look at Bill Gates, you look at Li Ka-shing, you know, they are doing more things than me. Way, way more things than me. So one thing I do well is that, or everyone should be doing well, is that be yourself. You know, you are Dr. Beyond Ting, you know, I'm Ch'ng Huck Theng, you know. We just be Ch'ng Huck Theng who can do art, business, tourism, etc. So as long as you keep it to yourself, focus for the benefit of yourself, the best you can do, and for, you know, the best for all that you're doing for, and I think that's good enough. So there's no point into splitting hairs, you know. So when people ask me now, what do you do? My job is Ch'ng Huck Theng. That's all.
That is an amazing branding right there on itself already. So for the sake of this specific episode, we will be talking about raising the bar in the art industry. So let's talk about how you got into your passion for the arts.
Oh, okay. That has to start when I was 14.
Okay.
When I was 14, you know, we moved houses. You know, we went in. My dad bought the new house. You know, we moved over. Then he bought a Phok Lok Sao, the Hock Lok Siu, and a God of War, Guan Gong. So I fell in love with the expression of their, you know, their face expression. And I asked my dad, what is it all about? He told me the story behind it, the culture, that why Chinese are collecting these figures and everything. So I became one of the youngest in Malaysian history to collect Chinese antiques at the age of 14. I started with antiques.
Okay.
Then when I went to university in Australia, I went to sort of learn art. Not because I want to be an artist. It's because I want to learn how to manage the paint.
Okay.
And I learned ceramic to manage how to do ceramic in order to repair my antiques. You know, it's not to be an artist, but through the painting session with Alan Upton, an artist in Wollongong, Australia, you know, and his friends, you know, I sort of fell in love into the art process, the way they talk, the lifestyle and everything. So I guess that indirectly I dabble into art without a proper intention. You know, so after that, when I came back, you know, I painted a few paintings in Australia. Then when I came back to Penang, it was the financial crisis, 97.
Okay. Yep.
So a lot of art galleries, art galleries start selling artwork, you know, quite cheap at that time, but it's, you know, some are expensive, you know. Then my dad brought back one Lee Man Fong, a famous Indonesian artist, and it's about 35,000 drawing 2 chicken. Then when he brought it in, he said, is it nice? I said, how much? He said, 35,000. I said, wow, you know how many lorries of chicken we can buy with 35,000? So he was not pleased. But it triggered me and said, if people is willing to pay 35,000 for that 2 chicken, then how much is people willing to pay for my work,
Right.
Yeah, so I took my few paintings to have it framed. Upon collecting it, there was an old guy, a senior uncle, standing next to me and said, who painted all this? And I said, I. He said, would you like to sell? I would like to buy all, Luckily, I didn't sell, but that inspired me. That inspired me of telling me, hey, someone wants my work,
Right.
So from there, I started to dabble into art in the Penang Society Art, Then I joined Penang Art Society and everything. That's how it started, how it started my art career.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you started at definitely a very young age, youngest antique collector at 14. So, and now you have gone on from antique to the fine arts, painting and sculpting. Where else do you see this journey going?
As long as I'm alive, it never ends.
Okay.
It never ends. Why should we cap ourselves? Every day I live my everyday as if my last day. Because life is short, and it's even shorter now with all the injections and all this climate change injections and all this unforeseen malapetaka. So we should live every day happily and do whatever we can do, to the last, daily. We should not even think of let's wait till tomorrow.
Okay.
If we can do it today, let's do it today. That's all. So where will I go with this art thing? I've been creating miracles and challenging myself all the way. People said I'm a bit crazy. Some said I'm daring. But to me, it's not about crazy. It's not about daring. It's what I can present, what I can contribute, what I can show others, with the hope that others will follow, and the spillover is there, so we can make it a better society, a better world. That's all.
Right. And having dabbled in the art world, so to speak, for now 30 over years now.
About 30.
Yeah, about 30 years. Where do you see Malaysia's art industry at this stage?
Malaysian art, actually, okay, you have to split a few perspective here. Malaysian art is actually very vibrant because of its multicultural, multi-races,
Right.
Even it's multilingual, so it is multi-diverse.
Okay.
So it is so vibrant, so interesting, so exciting. That's the value of Malaysian art. But unfortunately, on the other side, the collector side, the supporter side, it's very limited. You don't see a lot of government agencies supporting art. You don't see a lot of private organizations supporting art. The Sultan of Selangor may be a very good art supporter, but not all the sultans are there. So we need a lot of people to feel proud about Malaysian art, feel passion for it, feel to have the value to support it, because we need to understand. You can have high rise, you can have big roads, you can have big shopping centers, big discotheques, whatever.
Yep.
But that can all be duplicated overseas. So it's
Right.
nothing special, nothing unique. But when it comes to Malaysian arts, culture and antique, it is something unique that you cannot transform overnight. It is very unique until you need time, you need decades to evolve, to come up with this Malaysian arts, culture and antiques, That is a unique thing. But the thing is that our society are not understanding that. They understand the body. They don't appreciate the soul. To say Malaysian art, antique and culture is the soul of this country. If you go to Europe, you go to those European countries with a lot of history and heritage, look at who's queuing at the museum, the art, Mona Lisa, Pablo Picasso, John Miro. It's all about arts, it's all about antiques, it's all about culture. You see, you don't see people queuing for shopping centers, unless you have a lot of Chinese queuing for LV or Hermes, which is another matter we won't discuss, But look at LV, Hermes, they are also involving themselves in art.
Exactly.
Because if you are alone, you can't. You see, you can't move on anymore, especially tomorrow, moving forward. There's no hope if you don't have art involving in your business or organization. You see, that can be supportive in terms of investment, in terms of CSR, in terms of self-motivation or self-appreciation. See?
Yeah. So definitely it is, in this sense, we need to think about the value add of art in Malaysia, especially when we want to compare to other countries where the sense of appreciation, I would say, for art is actually more widespread. It's not just a niche group of people.
Yes.
Okay. And so in that sense, also the ecosystem, I would think, of the art industry in Malaysia, I mean, like something needs to be done, I presume.
Yes. You see, BCAP, Beyond Contemporary Art Penang, is actually leading the changes for art presentation.
Yeah.
Because we are not having an art exhibition for art only. We're having an ecosystem of art for four industry, meaning art, education, tourism, and business. This four industry has to come in. So overall, then the art movement can move to support these industries, and these industries support back art. That is very important, because nowadays the common theme is that there's an exhibition, artists go there, and that's all.
Right.
You don't have supporters, art lovers, collectors really going there all out to support. First of all, because the some artists here are pretty selfish. They tend to keep their collectors and supporters to themselves, which is a bit naive thinking, because nowadays you can find anyone anywhere in Facebook or social media digital platforms. You see, so artists must come in and support artists, bring in their collectors, educate the potential, provide to the art lovers the platform, so everyone can come in, first to understand, second to appreciate, and third to support by buying. Only through this process the art can move, because art is also a business.
Yes, exactly.
It's a lot of artists will try to deny that, especially the senior artists. They think that art is sacred. Art is art.
And priceless.
Priceless. I can paint. You can't paint. So I'm God. You're not.
Okay.
But the problem is, if you turn the other way around, the collector will tell you, yes, you can paint, but I have the cash.
Right.
So who's king?
Indeed.
See?
Yeah.
So it's a matter of supply, demand, and product. It's actually business.
It is.
So if you don't look at it as a business sense, you will never get out to understand how to further promote your art and our country's art. You see, Penang has been an art hub during the 40s, 50s, after war, 50s, 60s, where very famous artists came to exhibit. Xu Beihong, Zhang Daqian, we have Zhao Shaoang, all these people came. But we lost it in the 70s to KL when the capital came out and started to be stronger. And until now, it's still not there. We are not back. Of course, the mural art, has helped a lot to bring back Penang art scene, but it's still a mural art.
Yeah.
It creates interest, but it's not creating revenue and sales for artists, for galleries.
Yeah.
You see, so what BCAP is doing is that we are trying to bring in the artists. In the same time, we are trying to engage and bringing the potential business partners, collectors, art lovers, all to come in. And then also we are having a summit. The summit is very important because we are looking at arts and branding, the power of collaborating with art. These are very powerful topics, because You can see even Hermès, Rolls-Royce, BMW, they are all engaging in art to move forward.
Yes.
And that shows you that even they are looking into it. So we want our organization, companies, our government people, our governments, to look into art and how to support art. The irony is you have people buying 3 or 4 million houses worth of properties, right? They buy a Lamborghini or a Mercedes, They have they go for tour in Europe and everything. They go to museum, they go and appreciate art. They selfie here, selfie there, as if they are very arty-farty,
Yeah.
But the problem is when you go into their house, they are having a 50 ringgit poster hanging on their wall in a multi-million dollars house.
Yeah.
Or even an apartment of few 100,000. You need some proper art. And furnitures, antiques, Why this is important? A lot of people has asked me, if I buy your art today, tomorrow how much it will grow up in price? Well, that's a stupid question because if I know that it will go up in price immediately tomorrow, I won't sell it to you. I'll sell it to you tomorrow, right?
Exactly.
Okay. But people look at art as an investment, monetary investment. That's normal.
Yep.
But the other purpose or value of collecting art, people don't understand. The second of it is that you're collecting art. It's like you're buying a Lamborghini or you're buying a big house. You're appreciating yourself. You're giving a pat at the back of yourself of your achievement and success. If you can afford it, you buy something more expensive, you put it up there. So every day when you wear your Patek Philippe or your AP, before you walk out, you look at the art piece. It may be from a renowned Penang artist, Malaysian artist, or even an overseas artist. And then you walk into your Mercedes or Lamborghini. This shows achievement, the Maslow's theory of achievement. That is the second thing. The third thing that a lot of people miss is that the investment of generations to come.
Okay.
It's called heirloom.
Yep.
So people don't understand that. If you keep house, cash, and car, you pass it down to your children. Car, sooner or later they change. House, maybe sooner or later they change. Cash, definitely they spend it.
Yeah.
So what's the story of the family? What's the linkage of the family, the memories of the family that you can bring down from generation to generation? That is the thing, the antique on the table, the art piece hanging on the wall. So when your great-grandson said something like, oh, this was collected by my great-grandfather in the donkey years and everything, and he spent this, he bought this because of why? Last time he bought this is maybe it's about 8,000, 10,000 or 15,000 or 20,000, 100,000. Today is worth 300,000, 500,000. You see, but at least it keeps the family memories and family stories alive. That is important. As a family, you need to let your generation have something to hold on. The success story of it or the memories of it. See, that's the third issue. That's the third point. The fourth point is, of course, it's our duty to protect and promote local arts, local culture, and local antiques. We don't want to, to find out one day when we are a developed country already, all our good things are collected and we need to see them in museums overseas. Which is happening to our Straits Chinese porcelain now, that a lot of nice things are in Singapore, rather than in Penang or in Malaysia. See, so that's the irony of it. So there are other few investment, non-monetary investment that we should look at, and it's very important to personal issue or to family issues.
Yeah, so definitely the intangible value of art is not solely just the monetary value of it, but really the memories that you can create, the sense of achievement that you can feel, and of course your contribution back to the industry of your country. Okay, tell us more about BCAP.
BCAP is actually a very daring project, which I can say. Initially, we were thinking of just doing an art expo. But if we do an art expo, to be frank, we can't beat or we can't even match Singapore or Hong Kong, the Singapore Art SG or Hong Kong
Right.
art,
Yeah.
because they are there for so long. But then I decided that maybe we will focus on an art summit where a lot of people is not doing. But it's important in terms of education, tourism, business and art in the 4 industries. So we focus, the priority is on the art summit. Then it goes to the art expo, the auction, and the art award and gala dinner. It's very interesting because a lot of people tell me, why are you doing 4 or 5 events in one go? You should have only do one. If you do one, it won't be so stressful, and you still get the same reputation, the same returns. But that's not the point. The point is how to make Penang lead.
Right.
Malaysia has not done this before. We are doing it in a 5-star hotel, St. Giles Hotel, from the 9 to 12. 25,000 square feet, 2 floors. We're taking the ballroom floors. We are taking the convention floor. So this is important because we are inviting in very respected figures from National Art Gallery Singapore, Art Science Museum, even from Hong Kong, the famous K11
Museum.
art shopping center. They are coming in. We have a very influential and respected collector from Indonesia, Pak Ali. We have a very big collector from Australia, and also the former board member of National Gallery Victoria, and currently the patron of Multicultural Victoria. So we have all this, and we have some speakers from Taiwan, China. So all of this come in, but these speakers are from different backgrounds,
Okay.
not necessarily artists.
All right.
They might be artists, art collectors, art shopping centers, and even we have a very, very interesting one. It's a convict.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a convict that has been jailed in Singapore prison for a few years, has turned his leaf over, became an artist, and now has a foundation. Not only doing well in his own art, he's also helping people to go better by using art
As an expression.
as something. So we are getting all these people in. What we want is we want to value add the art experience, the art knowledge in Malaysia. So we are inviting universities, organization, private companies, governments, to come and listen to this one-day event. Then you can appreciate the 4 days art expo. Then if you like, you can pick up some pieces here and there, to support art. If not, you can even buy some art pieces and you can hang it on your office, or and take some tax off from there.
Right. Indeed.
It's,
Yes.
it's a business thing also.
Yeah,
So
it's a tax relief.
it's a tax relief thing, and you can do a CSR on it.
Yeah.
What's better, and then you can have an investment heirloom, and then probably if your foresight is good, that piece will go up in price,
Yep.
and then it's all a win-win-win-win situation.
Yeah.
So why not?
Yeah.
Why okay, let's say, why go and buy a car today and tomorrow it loses in
Its
price?
value, yeah.
Its value. You see? So as a intelligent human being, I'm not asking you to switch everything, but have a portion, a portfolio investment. Don't put everything into the same basket.
Yeah.
Be artistic, be cultural, be passionate, be patriotism. Come and support BCAP. Come and support art. Come and listen why art is important. Art as a brand, art and branding, the power of collaboration with art, the sustainability of art. That's all very important topic moving forward.
And also, I would think also the ecosystem of building all this art appreciation. Do you think it should start way younger than we probably imagine?
Yes, definitely. We should have art in our mainstream education.
Okay.
Because art is one that can break barriers. You see, especially in Malaysia, you have multi-races, multi-religion, multi-culture. But art is not something very sensitive. Art is about beauty, it's about knowledge, it's about engagement. It's also about bridging not only bridging the arts and the business, but it's also bridging the different races. Everyone can come together. If you ask someone to go to a temple or to a mosque, then there's some sensitivity there. But you ask someone to come to an art exhibition, everyone is okay.
Yeah.
So through art, we can heal. Through art, we can see. Through art, we can come together. That's important also, Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely start them young, I would think. And because we've always, we've been hearing things about all this focus on just science and technology in education, but like we tend to forget the finer things in life, the more beautiful parts.
Actually, it's not finer things in life.
Okay.
If you look at the education system or the scientific thinking, is that everyone will ask the right brain and the left brain. Right. So one side is science, one side is art. That shows you how important, because half of your side is art.
True.
You see?
Yeah, 50%.
So that is very important already.
Yeah.
And always the trick question when I give lectures around the world, is that, so which side of the brain you use? Then some not so smart one will say, I use the science part, which is, I forgot the right side or the left side already. It's one side.
The left side, I think. Yeah.
So I always said, how stupid can you be? How stupid can you be? God gave you one brain. And when you start to come out, you study, you're educated already, and then you come out to tell people you only use half the brain. So this is very ignorant,
Yeah.
That shows how intelligent you are, So how important art is? Art is very important because it takes up half of your brain, right? But somehow human beings will tend to say, I'm a business person, I'm a scientific person. No, everyone is very arty-farty. You need arts to create. Science can find. Art has to have a fantasy to create.
Right.
You see? So just look at the world. Like what I mentioned earlier. Who's queuing at where? Look at the queue.
Yeah.
Are they queuing at Mona Lisa or they are queuing at a shopping center?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that makes it everything already.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. We shouldn't be compartmentalizing everything actually, because it all comes together. Like
Yes.
you mentioned just now, art is part of our lives anyway.
Everything comes together. That's why
Yeah.
when you ask me what do you do, I say I'm Ch'ng Huck Theng.
Yeah.
Because you, Dr. Babinting, is Dr. Babinting. That's all. No one
Yep.
can replace you.
Yeah.
So everything is together. But true enough, art has to start from very young.
Yeah.
So I urge all the parents, when your kids start drawing, don't tell them, it's a useless occupation. It may not fit into your preferred world, but it will help in your future world.
Right.
You see, that's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really a wholesome package that we should be thinking about.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. You have to do that.
Yeah. Interesting. Very amazing. And super fun conversation with you today. Dato, thank you very much for speaking with me today.
No problem.
Yes, I've been speaking to Dato Ch'ng Huck Theng, award-winning artist and sculptor, president of Penang Art Society, chairman of the Association of Tourism Attractions Penang, and the founder of the Beyond Contemporary Art Penang Summit and Expo. This is Spill the Tea, a podcast by Penang Institute. Thank you.
Thank you.